going on, Merc fam? In today's review, we're going to be going over Spiral, a brand new horror movie released starring Chris Rock. But look, before we get into that, I want to make sure that everybody likes, subscribes, and go ahead, tap that notification bell one time for your boy. I just want to make sure that everything I post, you are aware of. All right, so without further ado, let's jump into this Spiral review. I don't know about you guys, but I have had enough Saw movies to last me a lifetime, right? After the third or fourth one, I pretty much stepped away from the franchise. Every one that came out, Saw 4 or 5 or Jigsaw, I did watch, but I never really cared for. I was never really invested in these films. It's almost like Fast and the Furious, how they make so many and they do all these twists and turns and they hit these dead ends and have to do a whole 180 in the franchise to make it make sense. Look, I'm just tired of all those things. Sometimes you gotta let things die off and start fresh. And I think that is what this Spiral movie is trying to do, okay? Chris Rock does an excellent job of representing himself in the horror movie, right? I've never seen him be someone so serious. Chris Rock is usually very funny. Obviously, he is one of the greatest of all time to ever do it. He is a legend, a living legend at that. I have this theory that you gotta die to be a legend, but nowadays we gotta give people flowers while they're here. So, he's absolutely a living legend among other comedians like Dave Chappelle or Joe Rogan. With all that being said, I really felt like we got to see what a real life Osmosis Jones would be, man, right? Like, am I making it up? Every time I heard him say some sort of quick, quirky type of rebuttal and he was walking around with the shades on and the gun in the subway station jumping over shit, I was like, yo, this nigga is Osmosis Jones for real, man. He should do that. He should really look into doing a live action version of that movie. Going into Spiral, I really had no idea what it was about other than the title, right? It says Spiral from the book of Saw, so I automatically assumed that there was gonna be some traps. Maybe the son of the guy didn't die from the lady. I don't know. You never know how they do things nowadays with these movies, but it was really refreshing and cool to see the way that they went about capturing people and why they were capturing people, and this cat and mouse game that Chris Rock inevitably had to play in his department of other police officers that he claimed he could not trust. Being that he couldn't trust anyone, it made you feel like anyone could be the villain, right? The fact that only cops were getting hit, it made me think it's someone that knows your schedule. It's someone that knows your behaviors, what you do every day. Does he go to the gym after work? Where his car is parked? Because only someone in that environment would know how to catch someone unexpectedly. For some reason, I've seen a lot of bad reviews for this movie, or people saying that it could have been better and they explained things or didn't explain things, but I honestly had a great time watching this movie, trying to figure out it was him. No, it's him. Oh wait, dang it, he just died, so it's gotta be him, right? Thank God I didn't watch the trailer, because after rewatching certain little things from the movie to refresh my memory, I was like, God, the trailer would have really ruined it for me if I would have watched it, because they really showed you a little bit too much. I won't necessarily go into any type of spoiler talk. For the most part, I'm absolutely not going to tell you who the murderer is, but I really love the plot and the way that they laid it out. Samuel Jackson is in it, and he plays Samuel Jackson, right? Like, cursing, doing what the fuck he wants, because that's what Samuel Jackson does. You don't hire him to be a professor and talk all smart. No, you hire Samuel Jackson to say the bullshit you want to get away with in your movie, right? Because he's the only one who really gonna talk like that, right? But he did a really good job playing Chris Rock's dad, and their dynamic was pretty cool. It's a little unbelievable because I'm sure that they're a little closer to age than they tried to present it in this movie, right? Like, I almost see them as equals. Not that he's younger or older, but Samuel Jackson's like Morgan Freeman, and they're all kind of the same. They don't age, right? Like, I don't know what any of their ages are, but they all look great. I had a good time watching how it unfolded with all the other cops and learning how dirty things were and why things ended up the way it is. I felt that all the T's were crossed and all the I's were dotted in this movie. They absolutely didn't leave me wanting anything more than a second movie, but with the way it ends, I wouldn't necessarily be mad if they didn't make another movie, right? Like, it was that good for me. And whether or not other people want to shit on it or they don't want to give it, like I said, its flowers, I think that it was pretty good, and I love seeing him be serious in a horror movie, holding his own. I mean, he was really funny, and there was a lot of cool hip hip-hop moments, which I love. Chris Rock ain't gonna shy away from where he from, man. He from New York, man. He was playing all kind of cool-ass music when he was kicking in doors and running shit up. Like, I really had a good time in this movie. I have a 5.1 stereo system when I watch movies in the living room, and like, you know, when things are playing that bass, like that bass be swamming, right? And we got speakers all in the ceiling, so it's really fun to watch movies. It really immerses you in that realm, right? Like, you feel like you're in it. We have a puppy, and she was going crazy during this movie. Like, so much shit was going off. She was just running back and forth on the couch. She didn't know what to do with herself, right? But anyways, guys, I'm going to give this movie a 7 out of 10. What do you guys think about it? Did you think that this movie deserves that rating? Higher, lower? You know, I don't want to go off of what anyone else says. I'm someone who actually watched it and enjoyed it. And you know your boy Merc ain't gonna steer you wrong, right? I hope you enjoyed this review. And more than that, I hope you take the time to actually watch this movie. It's definitely worth it, and you should absolutely add it to your watch playlist, all right? Now, thank you all for subscribing and tuning into all these horror-filled reviews lately. Like, I'm happy that we got 2 back-to-back horror movies to review, but you already know what it is, man. It's been a pleasure. It's your boy Merc, but I'm out.
Take the wheel, it's going out of control. I ain't got a flex, but my money swole. I'm flying real life, nigga, not just pose. Hands down, I'm the man now. You better do your research before I air it out. I'm smoking on reefer and it's very loud.